in the 7th standard. तो हमारे स्कूल में एक फंड रेजिंग ऐसा हुआ था कुछ, तो because of my family I knew Johnny Uncle, so I went to their studio and I asked them to donate for our school. But the thing was that looking at him, and I felt he's such a nice man, why should I ask him to donate for the school? So I went and asked my father instead. So that was my first experience with Dev Saab. And then of course my dad's worked with him, so I've been on his sets a couple of times when Dad was shooting. And personally I had the opportunity of working with Dev Saab on some music for a film of his, Love in Times Square. Yeah, amazing man, amazing old man.
Because of family, you met him, you were being on sets. So must have been since childhood, or probably you did not have thought of music then. लेकिन कब ऐसा जब realize हुआ, all right, this is Dev Anand? किस तरह की image थी of Dev Saab?
When I came into my own, in the sense when I started being responsible for this thing, at that time I was meeting Dev Saab as a respected director and someone you gave a great deal of credence to, because 80% of the film industry is from Dev Saab, so that's basically how it is. And he's done a lot of work in the furtherance of Indian film, Indian cinema as such. Lots of good work and trend setting in many ways. Musically, he's very musical. He understands melody, and he's full of energy. He eats very little, like he'll have a biscuit, something like, for breakfast or something. And he's very, very disciplined. There's a lot to learn from him, but he's just so far ahead.
You met him, and then this is what the impression which you had about him. किस तरह की एक personality थी? आपने बताया कि each department में उनका एक input रहा था. So as a personality, Dev Saab किस तरह की था?
As a personality, what I saw of him was that and what I know of him was his generosity. He's a very generous man, and he offered me the use of his studio. His, very kind. I think more so because of my father, but then he gave me a lot of leeway in doing the music, and a very easy person, and lots of experience. You get to learn a lot in terms of his experiences. He looks at life in his own, special way. So, a very decent gentleman to be around with.
His music sense, उनका music sense, क्योंकि उनका जो music रहा है हमेशा से अच्छा रहा है. As a music director, क्या कहेंगे देव साहब का एक music sense किस तरह का था?
I told you he loves dhun. He loves dhun. And he can tell you, suppose you're singing it this way, suppose you went that way, and if you explored that kind of, So he's very into what he wants, from a song, and I'm sure the same way in a film, There was a lot of detail in his work, his earlier work.
उनके म्यूजिक का एक कहा जाता था कि जिस हैज चूज like out of 100 songs वो 2 गाने चुनेंगे लेकिन वो सुपर हिट होंगे.
Why? It's been there. Of course, Dev Saab is an authority on the kind of music that comes out in the film industry.
क्या ऐसी यूनिक चीज़ है उनके म्यूजिक के बारे में that makes him different from the others, जो आपने नोटिस करी हो कि he is known for his?
He is Dev Anand, yaar. Come on, there's no other Dev Anand. So that's the best compliment one can give him. He is inimitable. I don't think there are few people who come and like them, others don't. In his field and his contribution to Indian cinema, and I don't think there'll be another Dev Saab.
Has he ever told you आपको कभी आपने उनके साथ लव एट टाइम्स पे काम किया था, आपके साथ कभी ऐसा कॉन्वर्सेशन हुआ जहाँ उनने आपको म्यूजिक का एक डिस्कशन हुआ उस तरह की कुछ?
मतलब सिटिंग्स जैसे होते हैं. Of course, I had to convince Dev Saab, do you like this song or that song? And I try to keep within the framework of what I understand of his his likes in terms of he was very SD Burman was a lot of his there was a lot of that in him, and even Pancham Uncle, R.D. Burman. So I kind of knew the graph that I'd be like headed towards, and he was very excited about his film. He was always excited about his film, about all his films, and he's got one not finished and the other one started in his head. So it's his immense energy level that.
आज नॉर्मली लोगों को देखा जाए 85-86 की एज में एनीबडी वुड गिव अप, लेकिन एक एनर्जी है देव साहब में जो आज भी वांटिंग टू डू. तो योर टेक.
Yeah, he wants to do. That's a sign of a very diligent and hard-working individual, and who's honest to his work. 80% of the film industry, as I said, is there today. I mean, because of Dev Saab's and Navketan's efforts.
लव टाइम्स पे का म्यूजिक जब आपने दिया था उस पर क्या फीडबैक दिया था देव साहब ने स्पेशली आपको?
He liked the songs. I mean, that was not really my style of composition, but I tried to adapt to the best of my ability, and he was very generous to me, and he let me do my work.
Dev Anand, a very romantic person. Dev Saab ka romance.
Yeah, he's always in love, Dev Saab. Love with his space, with his work. From what I know of him, he's just a lovely human being. So, I mean, it's all about love, anyways.
Correct. And your favorite Dev Saab's song? Tell us three of your favorite songs of Dev Saab, and why do you think were?
There's so many songs of Dev Saab's that I mean I've enjoyed. I really can't pinpoint which one, but yeah, they were the ones done by Barmanda, Pancham Da's father, and Pancham Da himself. So he was a trendsetter in many ways. I mean, in terms of his music, like Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, everybody was like. I mean, that song became a single in the top of the pops in London at that time. So there was quite. So he knew his notes.
You said Hare Rama, one more song, एक जाप और बता सकते हैं देव साहब का?
There was. I like the songs from Guide, and I don't know who sang this. Musafir Jayega, but I associate that with Dev Saab for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. Just for some reason, probably the kind of songs that you hear and the music that you hear in his cinema is wistful and it's romantic. It's got a faraway appeal to it, like of being alone, of isolation.
एक ट्रेंड सेटर आपने देव साहब को कहा, तो his contribution to the Indian cinema
is, as I said, 80% of the Indian cinema is there because of Dev Saab's and I mean people like him, their effort. So
आज की म्यूजिक में और तब के म्यूजिक में क्या ऐसा डिफरेंस है? बिकॉज आज भी बात करते हैं देव साहब की म्यूजिक का तो what has something gone wrong personally?
nothing's gone wrong, and I don't look at it as anything gone wrong. Times have changed. People's understanding or wants in terms of music probably might differ, but melody is king. So whatever happens, I mean, people who think, I mean, directors who think musically always are able to get a good song out of their